So, when does this begin? How interesting can I make the beginning? You jump into a cassette, you turn on the video, and you expect what? Well, obviously, I didn't see the commercial they put before this one because this one hasn't made it yet. In fact, what has made it? They took away 40 from me, and I don't understand. They took away 40 videos. It's very mysterious, my life in the last 2 weeks. It is fantastic. My cats are not in the house. The house smells still a little bit. I don't like it. Why am I not cleaning it now? Why am I on the video? It's addictive. Expression is addictive. Everybody says when you get into a conversation, you start to tell people about something, the other guy next to you says, I remember I did that too. I remember I did that too. When you're busy in your conversation, he wants to get involved and show you he's done what you did too. What he did too. If you did one and he did one, you both did two. Each for each and one is two, but together it's four. That's why the second world of even Steven, 2, 4, 6, and 8, works out. Because the one to the left and it was one to the right, but I only writing down one number, and that number is going to be in between the two. And it's going to match the two. If you give me the number 9 and a 6 and a 3, I'll put the 6 and the 3 together to make it a 9. Well, what about this question? If it was a 9 and I went 1 to 9, what is the total? I went from 1 to 9. What is the total? It's 3. Because 1 and 2 is 12 to 9. It's 21 or it's 3. 9 from 12 because the 12 is before the 9. So you always got to watch out, like, is it a TO or a TOO? Or is it a T and an omega egg worth 15? The T is worth 20. You got 35 right there. You know, I came up something new for tennis on how it works, okay, for the reason for the 15 and 15, and then they get a 10, which makes it 40, and then what's the final score? I don't know if I wrote it down here, but I came up with a formula, okay, that automatically gives you a final score in tennis. And that final score, let me see if I can find it. Oh, I'm not going to be happy. I've ripped out so many pages, you know. So what happens at the end, actually? So before I go on, let me show you something I'll probably forget about the tennis, but I'll make up with it anyways, because I know one day I'm going to get it again. But it was perfect. It was 40-40, and then it was the last one was 15-15 and 10, and the last one was 25. It was 20 for the game, okay, and it was a half a mark, okay, for the series. It's another game up on the series. Did you follow me? She knocks in a point, she wins the game. She gets the total for the game to win that game, and then that one game goes on to her whatever set or match. And if it's the last game and she wins it all, that game will bring even more numbers. When it's the final game and it's the 7th game, it's going to bring finite numbers. The 7th gate is finite. When the 7th gate is closed, you automatically have, okay, Team A winner and Team B loser still on the rink. Let's say the rink is 8, okay, and the other two are 10 each. Well, how do you do 10 each? Well, who's the winner? One of them will get 9. He just got the egg. And the other one will get 11. He'll get the trophy that the egg goes in. So he won the trophy of the egg. Every sports fits into my numbers. I have even went into the science lab and looked up some numbers. Although I couldn't make hide no hair of anything that was going on in there, I saw certain numbers and I says, oh yeah, this is good. It was a start to something. I'm not in there that often. And then again, let's get back to tennis. Let's see if I have any old papers with tennis. If I don't have in this one, I'm going to show you a trick here. Tennis 360 degrees. 70. The reason you remember, let's see if I have this. You know what this is? This is alpha omega. The total of this is 25. Okay? There is a line that will come all the way down. You don't see the line. I'm going to tell you how the line works. This is the line of the Christ. How this line works and why you don't see it is because it goes into your head. It's the breath you take from the middle of your mouth, from the middle of your mouth to the middle of your nose, from two sides into one side, and however it goes out. Okay, you like this? You like that, eh? So anyways, this is you. This is 1 foot, and then it's this foot, and then it's this foot, and then it's this foot as you walk. You're two sides of the Christ. The mark here that you see there was behind the neck of Jesus. Okay, this should have been this behind his shoulders. Anyways, the X is the 24th letter. The O, okay, is actually the 15th letter, totaling 39. 3 and 9 creation. But at the same time, there's a K here and a K here. And if you take away the images, because they're all on top of each other, there's either a D here or a C. So you have C and K. C and K total 14. Creates the name of the passage. 14, the middle, ST, and then 14. Now if you go 14, the middle ST and 14, EIN. 5, 9, 14. EIN, 5 and 9 is 14, and N is 14 is 28. You get 28, ST 39, and then 28. So you would end up with 67 and 67, 13 and 13, 4 and 4, 1, 8, heaven. This is what it is. Einstein. First numbers in his name are right here. But the first two is 5 and 9. 59 seconds, 59 minutes. From start to stop, S and T. Totals 39. It means perfection. Both sides of Einstein's name are the same. One word ends in ST because that can be the ST of last. Or it can begin with ST, but then again, it would be a start. And then it would end again with first. So then who was first in front of ST? It was the F and the I. It was if. If it was if and it was it, then it was I. And I'm at the head of the F and the I, and I'm it. You're it. You're watching me. You're on the earth. You're using one of these old computers just like me. You know, I don't understand. You see the new computers, the way they work? It's pretty simple. Hey, computer. Yeah? Do me a favor. Go ahead. You see, it's in your mind. You don't need anything else. Once you're connected to the matrix, you know everything you need to know. If you're wise enough to know what to look for, when to look for it, why are you looking for it, who asked you, when was the last time, why, what, who, what, when, and where. Just questions. What with an H that's silence. I'm going to show you something about one and what. You show me the difference in these letters. Here's a 1. Even if I put this here, it still says 1. Even if I put it here, it still says 1. So why not just say what? So now you got 3 U's equaling to 2163, man of creation, and 20 is 83. And reverse that 83, it says club, and I'm your mind. You can only have 3 numbers that you can take with you because you're the in-between soul who takes on these 3 numbers. You're 3/4 of, you're 2 out of 3. You cannot take 2 and 8 of the cross and slash it over 4 and 6 because now you're going 2 ways. Man stands straight up, okay? He gets his energies from the top right to his knees. Every time his knees cross, you know they talk about these chakras and stuff and all kinds of different kinds of crazy hoo-ha. I mean, yeah, I'm a hoo-ha too, but this is all true. Maybe the way they don't explain it is correct or exact, but somehow if I'm able to have my element of thought, in the areas that I am, why can't they be superior to others in the elements that they think? As astrologers, as scientists. You want to hear something about scientists? Okay, I just thought of this just now. One scientist goes up to the other scientist and he looks at him. He goes, get away. He says, that's bullshit. You're a scientist. There's nothing that's bullshit. It's all good. When it's science, it doesn't matter what it is. Science means I am going to find something starting from somewhere, okay, in between something, and end up with something through the calculation I use to get there, and the end result will be the totality of it. And it will just be the answer to that. If it fits anywhere else and you come across something in the near future, then fine. It's almost like me saying, hey, that's your face. Well, wait a second. If that's your face, what's this face? I can't have your face. If I said face, face is face. That's the name of your face, F-A-C-E. What's the name of the front of mine? My skull. It's got an image on it. Ooh, nice image. Ooh, I like that image. Oh, yeah. Let's get on the bike and go. So anyways, we're back to 1 to 9. 1 to 9, if you put a number 2 there, because the guy, he only hears certain things in a certain way, okay? So when he hears 1 to 9 or 2 to 9 or anything, I want to do it. So right away it's twice. But the minute you say 2, it can also mean plus omega. Because in the omega world it's 2. That's the way it works. It's 2, and it's 3, and it's 4, and it's 5, and it's 10, and it's 11, and 12, and more. Then you get the 13. That's the third dice. 13, 14, 15 omega, 16 the letter P, 17 the letter Q, but now we have to take the 7th gate and have one from underneath. And the one spirit of heaven pops up and there's a birth in this world. It's an omega egg. 1 and 8. You see, it goes to 1 and 9. You know why 1 and 9 changes to 20? Okay? Because the minute 1 and 9 changes to 20, you have gone to number 8, because that's the heaven of the one spirit of who you are, dead center. And 20 is the world you are in. So 19 disappears and dissolves to the 8 heaven and the world of 20. And it's gone. And that was the S spirit, the 19th, that dissipates. And when that 19th dissipates, 1 and 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 0. And roulette, that's red. That means God owns that one. He runs that one. That's his gun runner. God runs 1, 3, 7, and 9. Beta runs 2, 4, 6, and 8. Right? Excuse me. Inside the 7th gate, 2 and 5 is man 6 of the 7th gate. There's a 7th gate here. Hold on a second. Okay, here. First we have the 5. Okay. The complete extreme on top left. Okay, dot over here. These are all valued at 5 points and at 1 point. It's a 5 card. It's also valued at 5 points because we cross over this one to make one X and we cross to this one to make the other X. This is 22.5 degrees. Okay, if I think. And the degrees on this one are not the same. You see the angles of connecting worlds? See, in this dice, it would say 1 to 9 right in this corner. 1 top here, 9 down over here. This one says 1, 3, 5, 1, 3. But in this one, it goes to 9 because this is a 6. 9 times 6 is 54. There's 9 positions on here. Okay, on the 5 there are 4 you don't use, but irrelevant to the fact, okay, you only can use 7 at a time. On 6 sides is 42. One side is the top, one side is the bottom. Take away 12. Okay, top and the bottom. So now you're down to 7 times 42. Take away 12 is 30. And that number is creation. And now man comes in with the center dot again, is 31. And the top dice here is 1 and 3. This is where Earth is. And you know what? I don't want to believe that we're actually on Earth. I don't want to believe, because it would be Earth B. Okay? Because Earth, okay, the letter E is the last letter in the first world. Okay? The letter E would be AC, and DC would include the E in the center. So it's the totality of the Creator. Okay? It's not R3. That's why the command and the create of Christ is 3 and 3. And that puts us only at one place. That number cannot be repeated. Any time you will repeat 3 and 3, you will always end up on Saturn. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. The 3 cubes. 3 of those points of the 27. Okay? Let me explain this. Cube, 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 cube. Down, up, up, down. These 3 can go. This one sticks with this one. This one does not, is part of this one, but this is a down cube. Okay, there's 2 up and there's 2 down. And let me just show you how it works. They all interlock with each other. Okay, so here would be 27. Here would be 27. And here would be 27. In this instance, this cube is free into the center. 81 total. Even if it's 81 total, okay, the center cube over here, there's nothing there. So there's no longer 81, there's 80. The center cube of this one, there's nothing there. There's no more 80, there's 79. And in this center cube, there's nothing in the center. So it becomes 78. The answer of number of stuff that's left here on Rubik's Cube are 78 pieces are left over. 7 and 8 equals 15. 7 and 8 is the GH letter. G, home, G-A. Do you see this? G, home, G-A. You know what that says? That's weird. That says we live on Uranus? 27 moons? Is that what it has, Uranus? 27 moons? Beta of the 7th gate? We might live on Uranus? That's not... Is that possible? I never thought of that before. Because living on Uranus, it's in the 3rd world. It's on the 3rd level. It's right next to the empty space. Okay. Now, you see what it is Uranus is top just above us to the left. And the top that above us to the right would be Pluto. We would be in the center there. And then below us, the duplicate planet on our left would be Pluto, and our duplicate on our right would be Uranus. And we would live inside the cross between these 4. Okay? Now, in between there is actually Neptune, both on the top and the bottom. The 2 is now in the center, 8, 2, 8. The reason it's 8, 2, 8 is because 8 to 2 and 8 to 2 is both a missing of 6. So now we change it and put the 6 in the center, so we no longer need the other points above it. Wow. So anyways, the reason there's nothing in the middle of there is because that's the empty space we live. It's a heaven. It's a passage. All the equipment is moving in there. There's no cube in the 27th spot, but there's 27 letters in the alphabet. Basically, 1 is repeated, so there's 76 in 1, and a couple of letters are repeated. The O, the Y, the X, the M, the D, the L, the V, the 1. So anyways, so we end up with G, which means 7, home. G, angel. G letter has an E. The H, so you can say Gates. Okay, when G and H is together, it means the gates of heaven. Because listen to it, 8 or gate. Okay, GH. Gate, Omega, Mercury, Earth, Uranus, Mercury. Middle East, HOM, emo. You see, you have to know more. If I knew who emo was, I can tell you. If I knew a little bit about who emo was. Who's this emo? Okay? It's an emo is the word, the electronic word. Okay? This is the electronic world we're living in anyways. So anyways, we have this. So 1 and 5 is A and E again. We're back to the beginning. A and E. A and E, G and H. The G, we'll always have the G. But you don't need necessarily the H. The H is there. It's not moving. That's why the piano stops right there. But there's many more more things on piano. It's not that. It's just that it's because of this. Every time you move into a different cycle of who's first, a new place, a new number, a new letter will take this. All going around G, which is the 7th gate. So the one spirit goes around the 7th gate. Once you get to the letter I, which would be 9, you have to start over as Mercury and Venus. No moons on these two. It would say I, 10, 20. That means if it says I, 10, 20, okay, this is automatically changed for a J and a T. It's changed for a J and a T. So you've got a JIT. So now you can start basically creating words just from this. And obviously you'll be using here 4, 5, and 6. These two and this one. What was once 1, 2, and 4 is now 4, 5, and 6 because of the letter ratio to numbers. We're going to leave it at this for now. But oh yes, there was one more thing. You ever see a Y, the letter Y? Another Y. You ever see what they look like together? 2 Y's together right here. Disregard the center line. That's 2 Y's together. Okay? This is the energy of you standing up. Okay? And that's why it's there. That's you. Here's 2 Y's on top of each other. Look. It created an egg. Omega. It creates the letter P. Created the letter B. But it's only 2 Y's. 2 guys were 2 Y's. So they got together, Y and Y. The wise guys. You understand what the Y's can do? Have you ever seen a little extension of a Y? So now, you've put it here. You have the 6, and you have the 9. Now, that can be furthered when you come close to another object. It's like a flat plate comes up against it, and you will now be able to design or weld to the wall whatever degrees and angles you have that create whatever it is in between of what it is, because now you have a wall. So now that wall has to count for a line, because when you're drawing blueprints, you got to know all the lines. That's what I say. The circle of life. But you think they made that movie for nothing? It's to wake our minds up. Up, said Daisy. Come on, mind. Come on, mind. What you doing? What you doing, mind? What you doing? Whoa, this is fun. Following my mind around. Where are you going? Oh, he's running all around. Up, and down. You know what? Now I know I can't sleep all the time. C-A-T. Anyways, one of the reasons for some of the letters not counting in our alphabet for actuality, because Oxy 5, O-X-Y-V, Oxy 5, okay, is all Roman numerals. MDL, Roman numerals. All Roman numerals. The omega. You ever figured out why it's omega? This is why it's omega. F minus E equals. Okay, someone give me the answer to this. F minus E. What answer can you possibly give me? I show you the answer. This is the answer. 0 minus 1. Because if you took 5 letters away from the F, okay, you would land actually on the A. So now the F and A would be together. But you, okay, have to be on the other side of the A, okay, because you have to make the sound first, okay. So hold on a second. So here we go. So because you're making the sound first, okay, F minus E equals F omega, because after A there's really nothing, he falls in a void. So the omega is a void. I mean an egg. What's an egg? What's an empty eggshell? What is an empty eggshell with nothing in it? It's a void. So you put in a spermatozoid and all of a sudden, party of eggs, eh? Don't throw the eggs on Halloween. Doesn't anybody know why Halloween is on the 31st of October? Because it equals 41 in the 10th month, which equals 1. It's the first month of the man on earth stuff in the Hebrew calendar. And when you hit 10, you're on 1. It's go. Now I forget exactly what I was saying, and I know it was good. I keep losing myself all the time. I hate that. You want me to tell my head? Hey, head, why am I losing myself all the time? You want to know what he said? I'll let him tell you. Because you're all over the place. Jiminy Cricket, you know. Hold your head in one spot and tell the people to stop looking at yourself and say, because you're beautiful. Just stop looking into the camera, okay? It's enough. Your nose is still there. Don't worry. It's not leaving. When your nose leaves and you know nothing, well then time to worry. But right now, the bigger your nose, the more I feel to know and the more exciting. But is my nose growing? Am I just telling the truth? Better check back in the videos because I had this really itty-bitty nose when I started this and it's really growing. Maybe I'm telling a fib. Or is that a February? The fib. The fibrillator. The heart. Anyways, we were talking about October. The 10th month. Don't remember the numbers. But this is how it works. Before anything doubles, you go to 4. The minute you double, okay, 4 can go to 4.5 because you're going to have to share the next one. Okay. So you'll show the next one of 4. And now it'll be a 5, and now you'll get 4, so you'll go to 9. So it'll be 4 planets for 1 planet for 4 planets. That's what's going on right now. There are 4 planets at a time that are connected together. Okay, Jupiter, okay, is the main contact. That's the way it works. Jupiter is the main contact for everything. There's a lot of shit going on with Saturn, but don't fool yourself, okay? It might be the mental brain, because Saturn accounts for 60 and 61 moons, which is 121, which is May 1st, the month of flowers, which is the month of the club. The reason for the month of flowers being 5, because that is the passage for the diamond matrix in order to pass the 4 club. The club is valued at 4. The diamond is valued at 5. How do I know? Because I was taught in one of my dreams a game I can play to get a value for anything I want. It's pretty simple. All you got to do is play tic-tac-toe with whatever you're doing. There's a winner, and it's going to make a design. The design will always be the same thing, depending where you use the design and the coordinates of the space you take up, it will give you that answer. For whatever definition you have based on the numbers that you use, that is what you will learn. You will only learn what you find as your definedness, as your definition. It is your definition that is very important. The numbers are nothing. The numbers are easy. You can never make a mistake. There's always another number. It's the definition of the number and the coordinates pertaining to where it is that makes the whole difference. It could be up a level, it could be down a level. See, when you're up a level and down a level, the reason for level is because the L on the beginning and the L on the end sometimes can be mistaken for Roman numerals, one at the beginning, one at the end. And to connect the word from one side to another side, to connect the word from one side to another side, you use the V. The V brings this number and this number to a point. If you take this, okay, and you just put it a little closer together, this and this is the same thing, or you're down in Fort Lauderdale on the 1A1. Okay, if a slash line, and the reason for the slash line is because you see all these lines on the page, they will go through this letter. Okay, they will go through this letter and split it up based on what the needs of the matrix are. Now, it's not all straight through. It's like this. It's all on angles. Okay, so they're going to slice this letter up on an angle. Okay, that's why you're always seeing sometimes, you ever see stuff like this? That's the reason. And on the Mayan, if you ever go to the Mayan Sanskrit, they have it all over the place. That Sanskrit, okay, I'm going to try and show you something about the Sanskrit. There's a thing on the Sanskrit that shows this, okay? And if you take a look at it, what this is when this turns, okay, it turns this, and it turns it, and when it gets to a certain spot, it'll open up. And there's three or four of them all the way around. And also on the Sanskrit, if you look all over, it says, it shows you this. This is all over the Sanskrit, all over the place. All doors. All doors. 5 and 9, 14. 1 and 4 is 5. It's a door. 53, 5 by 3 is 15. 5 plus 3 is 8. 15 and 8 is 23. 2 and 3 a door. You have to walk down the hallway backwards from where you started to get back to the door you just started from. So I just take the information and wheel it around until I find that door. And that's how pi works. Have you ever seen a 0 in pi? Anyways, we're not going to get to that. Let's go on to, these are all y's. At the same time, 6 9s are design whatever you want. But I'm just going to show you that always extend, okay, always extend the ends, okay, of any design you make. Always extend the ends, you know. So maybe it'll just look like tic-tac-toe at the end or something. Or maybe we'll just take that and say, we'll just connect this together and we got a mug and David. Okay, so now if you take a look on the bottom part, here's a Y and here's an upside down Y. And then Adam at night from the sky to Eve, disbelieve, from the ground, needed to give her, okay, one of his ribs. Why? Because it's a spirit rib, and if you get a spirit rib, you become life. So he went, and Eve is a number 5, 5th letter. This is a 4. This is a 5. 5, 4, 5. 5 and 4 is 9. 5 and 4 is 9. The V is a 4. 22nd letter. 2 and 2 is 4. The V in Roman numerals is a 5. If you turn this around, and you turn this around looking both as 3s, okay, this 3 and 5 is 8, and 3 is 11. But if in Roman numeral style you took 3 away from 5, it would be 2. And 5 plus 3 would be 8. You'd have a total of 10. So now I connected the two Y's together, right? But it doesn't come like that. This is singular. What I mean is everything has to get doubled. So we just close the other side. And then this is the world we live in. 2 alpha omega eggs and 1 number 8. This is a 135-degree angle. I don't make that purposely. It just works out that way. That's the Y. 1 to 9. You see, Earth is over here. And for those who see, this is why I say there's no Earth. Here I've finished the 2 Y's. I've given them numbers, okay, for the rib that they put in the center to ignite the worlds. The Earth below, that's why it's the 9. It's the Earth. Okay? 9, 11 is the Earth. Okay? Now, what happens is the rib is, if you take a look, okay, once the 2 y's added the rib, because there's 2 y's on Earth. There's a 25 value y and a 27 sometimes y, and it totals to the 52 of the Mayan. That's why we put 4 letters on the 7 and the 9. Okay. Another reason we put 4 letters on the 7 and the 9 is because at one point you either use 4 and 6 and 2 or 2 and 8, not both. So you have to put that placement somewhere else. So anyways, we got this, whatever it comes to be. This is the 7th gate down here on this side. Okay. The 3 Earth is in this corner, but the 3 Earth is also in this corner, but it's cut. You see? Now, is it cut? Are we living inside here, or are we living in half and half on a spindle? Okay? The reason I say that is because look at the wheel in the center. That's Jupiter. I guarantee you that's Jupiter. Are we right here? Is this us, this little thing that turns around here? Or is that the wheel turning this world and this world? Okay? There will be 4 planets here, the way I understand it, 1 here and 4 here. But if we were counting time to planets, okay, there would be 3 planets here. There would be 1 planet here. And there would be 3 planets here. 3, 6, 7. There are 2 missing. The 2 that are missing might be on this thing, or 1 might be here and 1 might be here. I don't know. I don't know the setup. Anyways, it's supposed to be like this. It's just a card. But it's not just a card, because it's telling us. It's telling us somebody did that for a reason. That ain't there for no reason at all for years, calling it the bicycle card. Okay? Bicycle card. With angels on it and hearts. You know, it's, I mean, and here the octagon, look. I mean, look at the petals in here. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 in the center. I mean, bad. That's all, folks. Hey, no, okay, yeah. Wow, 37 minutes. We went a long way. Anybody ever see something like this? I took it out of a watermelon. Yeah, took it out of a watermelon. So yes, so now you see, here's the 7th gate, and here's the 7th gate. Okay. Now, do I have the scissors here or something? I guess not, eh? Hey, look what we got. Ah, can you see me? Yeah. Okay, what's there next? There, we're going to do that there. Hey, look at that! We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. May as well switch the card, eh? Do you understand how the 7th gate works? 1 above, 1 below, but they only call it the 7. These tell you most of everything, but they can't tell you everything, because once they tell you more of one thing, they'll tell you less of the other thing. So they have to tell you about, let's say, on a balance of like just over 60%. They get you over the center, which is 5, and they put you into number 6. They put you into number 6. In fact, they put you into number 6.5. That's what it has to be, because 6.5 is the Mediterranean, okay? I told you. The Baltic, okay, the wild, the air pockets, it's all because of the go and the come, okay, of the beta god, okay, Buddha. Buddha, okay, she hooks up her breasts, okay, to 2 sides. She nurtures 2 worlds, okay, the Buddha doll. She's a division between, and she's a connection to all. She is the life of Mars and Saturn. I just keep looking at the pig's nose, and when I look at the nose, I go, hey, that's Mars, eh? And I look, that's Saturn. And then I say to myself, well, what I don't understand is, you see, how can it be possible that man's angle, okay, is coming from another even number, number 4? This is the greatest light. I have goosebumps. It is pouring rain. My cats, I may let them in, I don't know, but they're doing good on the balcony. I have a big top on the balcony. It won't rain on them. But is 4 across from 6 and 6 is man? Is that just the angle? Or is man on Earth and Uranus is the power center? And we are on Earth at the end of it all. Because that last thing I showed you, where was that? I don't know, where did it go? Anyways. Yeah, like you see, look, this is the way it would be. It would be Earth, and then it over here would be Uranus. So they'd be at the tail end of each other. Then you'd have Mars over here. See that point? You see how it's just up one level over here because of the creation of the Y? Just up one level, just so the 4 would be turning around over here. Okay, Earth would be up over here. 4 and 3 create 7. Now, Mars and Saturn make a 10-10. Okay. So the question comes like this. The only place creation can actually be is Earth, Saturn, or Pluto. That's what I see. But in a 10-10 world, all that changes to 3 more planets. So now I've nailed 6 planets. You're going to say to me, hey man, use all the planets up, I can do the same thing, right? Of course. So anyways, if I went into the... Oh, this is 40 minutes? No, I'm going to do the next one on the moons if I could. Let's see if I could. Thank you. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Roll on, baby.